about that drive home when it started to fail and what the doctor said to you when you got to the hospital.
You're talking about my eyesight.
Yeah, the guy's an animal.
So my left eye was... The only way I can explain it is when you're swimming in a pool and it has too much chlorine in it, and your next day it's like foggy. So that's what my left eye felt like. And that's when I was like, something is definitely wrong. But I didn't know what. And I went to the doctors, and my doctor said, do me a favor, you need to go straight to the ER. Not home, not anywhere else, go straight to the ER. I was already here, and I went to my doctor's office. Okay. And that's what he said. Go straight to the ER. Your blood pressure is through the roof. You need to go now. Now. Jeez. So I didn't go straight to the ER. I went home, took a shower, because I wanted to be clean. With nurses and stuff, you know what I mean? Oh, and then I got to the ER. By this time, I was really disoriented, and I just sat down and waited and waited. Didn't say nothing to nobody.
You didn't even do like triage or anything? You just walked in and sat down?
I went to the ER.
With one eyeball?
Yeah, I went to the ER and I just sat down. And the nurse said...
That's so you.
She said, can I help you, honey? I was like, yeah. My doctor said I gotta come here, like now. She's like, why? I was like, I can't see out of my left eye and my blood pressure's through the roof. She was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. She's like, come here now. Come here now. Where I'm coming from, I guess I decompartmentalize all that stuff and I just, all right, whatever, I'll deal with it, but let's go. I mean,
yeah, the warrior mentality.
Let's just make it happen. Let's go. And it was a serious situation than I really thought it was. And I mean, I knew it was serious, but that's how I handle things,
Sense of humor.
Yeah.
Warrior mentality.
And,
but we wouldn't advise that to anybody else who has that situation because, it's serious and it could have gone the other way.
The thing is, you got to listen to your body, take it serious, and, jump on top of it right away. Don't let anything linger. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Tell you the truth. So many things about that situation were really eye-opening, and my nephrologist told me at some point in time I'm going to need a kidney, and I'm like, no, come on, really, no, that's not going to happen.
Well, didn't your kidneys start to work again at some point? Wasn't
it? They were working, but the doctor, I forget what her name was. She would be really mad if I didn't remember her name. The nephrologist from Bryn Mawr Hospital. She did say they are working, but in the near future, you're going to need a kidney transplant.
Later on, maybe a few months in, you got all excited because your kidneys were kicking back in. And we were getting really excited about it. And then, shortly after that, it was just end stage renal failure. And that was kind of it. And that's kind of, I think, when, at least for me, when the reality really set in. I don't know about you, but...
Well, the reality set in...
I was already worried to begin with, but when that happened, it was all right, we got to do something about this.
I was at a charity event and was hanging out that night, and I woke up and I had double pneumonia in my lungs. And I had to get rushed to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. And that's when they said I had to start dialysis. So, and that's a whole nother process that, I mean, you wouldn't understand it unless you were the person in dialysis. It's a room with a whole bunch of recliners and machines and 16 gauge needles, 15 gauge needles. And if you don't understand the size of needles, it's big enough where you can see the hole in the needle. So if you think about getting a shot, you can barely see the size of the needle. You can see the hole in the needle that's going into your arm. That's how big it is. And it hurt me at my age. I think I was 30.
37, I think.
36, 37. and there's people in their 80s in there screaming in agony, and they take the blood out of you, clean it, put it back in, and if they take too much fluid out of you, you get these horrible cramps that I can't describe to anybody that hasn't felt it before.